Yeah, you are recording.
Okay, I'll call this meeting of the Budget and Finance Committee meeting to order at 6:30 exactly. We have about six orders to approve tonight. Let's go to the minutes of May 3rd. You've had a chance to read them. I'll entertain a motion to approve our minutes of May 3rd, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sean, seconded by Matt. Any discussion?
No.
Take a roll
None.
call. Take a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes. Minutes are approved, 3-0. So we have legislation referred. We have 6 orders, FY21 orders to approve. I see the finance director and his assistant are online. If we have questions, we'll just start with loan order FY21-042 to rescind Elm Street roadway project loan authorization. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Sean, seconded by Matt. Any discussion, or do we want a brief explanation from Mr. Salmonte, or? You guys?
I mean, just a brief one in case anyone sees this afterwards.
Yep.
Yes, the authorization was 7.5 million. The project, in the end, a portion of it was funded by the grant from the state, and therefore reduced the amount that we needed to bond. Therefore, we are reversing the authorization loan amount by that difference, so it doesn't hit our maximum borrowing capacity.
Any other questions? Any questions for Finance Director? Seeing none, this requires a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes, 3-0. Now we're acting under order FY21-043, a transfer order of First Street roadway betterment. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Sean,
Second.
second by Matt. A brief explanation from the Finance Director.
Money's coming from the Betterment Fund to take care of the loan payment due for the First Street roadway project.
Okay. Any questions for the Finance Director?
Nope.
Requires a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes, 3-0. Next order is FY21-044, acceptance of a grant, Complete Streets Tier 3 construction grant. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sean, seconded by Matt. Brief explanation from the Finance Director.
There's 3 components of the grant that will be addressed. Broad Street crossing improvements, Main Street buffered bicycle lanes, Main Street crossing improvements. The total amount of the grant is $400,000. The estimated project cost is $428,000. We will come back later if we need to make an appropriation after this goes out to bid and we get the actual bid cost.
Okay, any questions for the Finance Director? It requires a
None.
roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes, 3-0. Next item on our agenda is FY21-045 Capital Transfer Order General Fund. You have that attached. There's a list of about $1.440 million. I'll just ask for explanation from the Finance Director.
I think what I'll speak to is the funding sources. So this is all being paid for from available funds. In essence, it's cash capital programs. Money's coming from the ambulance receipts to make a payment on lease payments. There's a gift fund that was established for the Claremont gift amount of $100,000. We're going to use that to offset the public safety as was the intention. There's a cleanup of some of the funds left in prison mitigation fund that's been around for quite some time, about $5,537,000. And that was the original.
5,537.
What did I say?
5 million.
We'll take
Whoops.
it.
I swear to God, I'm not having.
That's what we're owed over the course of decades.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. And the Senior Center Trust Fund will take care of a number of internal projects they have planned. Those are special funds for special purpose for the seniors. And the Capital Stabilization Fund of roughly $1.2 million will fund the other appropriations that are outlined on the document that you have.
Any questions for the finance director? Okay, I just have a couple. I just think 1.4 million. Couple questions for you, Tony, is on the Senior Center Trust amount of 100,000. I know they just finished up some renovations maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Was trust fund, I thought at that point, the trust fund, which is really Hunt School money that was left over, was used. Is this amount still in there? The
No,
100,000?
yes, this is the remaining balance.
Okay. And on the overall capital expenses for the general government, maybe later in the year, maybe after the summer, I know you've put together sort of matrices in the past of capital needs in the town, like we're going to do this in fiscal 20, this in fiscal 21. Do some of these projects on here fit that, or is this outside of that?
No, it absolutely does. And you should have received from the town manager a week or so ago, the whole capital improvement program.
Okay, and these items are part of
Yeah.
that plan. Okay,
I think the only other thing I'd like to add is there is close to $450,000 being allocated to the school.
yeah, for the
And
the
for
high
the
school.
field,
budget.
For the regional school district, some for the high school, some for directly for the town's own schools that are under the school district and so forth. So this is the first time we work very cooperatively with them to incorporate their capital plan with our capital plan.
Excellent, okay. All right, this requires a roll call vote. Sean,
yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes, 3-0. We're acting under order FY 21-046 capital transfer order water fund. Do you want to just briefly explain that, Tony?
Those are coming from the available fund, and these are purchases for trucks. The trucks that they're replacing are either unsafe or in fact have gone past their useful life, and they're requiring excessive repairs.
2006 Ford Ranger's just hitting its stride.
Yeah, I think you've probably seen the trucks around town.
I have. I go the other way when I see them.
Yeah, they're old.
All right, I didn't entertain a motion. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. I'm not home.
Second.
Is that the telemarketers that have been calling me all day?
It's Amazon has been charged, my account's been charged $800 for something.
Oh, boy.
I don't even have an Amazon. Anyway,
You do now.
we do now. Motion by Sean, seconded by Matt. Any other discussion?
No.
Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
thank you. 3-0. Dennis, yes. Okay, last item on our agenda for legislation that was referred as FY 21-047 capital transfer order sewer fund. Can't do anything with the water without the sewer.
Similar to the replacement on the water vehicles, the forklift, again, is another vehicle that is well past its useful life and safety. And both of those vehicles, the F-250 and the forklift, require replacements, being replaced by available funds.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to, any questions for the finance director? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sean, seconded by Matt. Any other discussion? This requires a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Dennis, yes. It's 3-0. All of the legislation referred to us this evening has passed and has been acted on. Public comment. Is there anyone here from the public that wishes to speak? I don't see anyone here. There's Ann, there's Matt, there's Laurie, there's Sean, there's me, there's Anthony. 6 people, 6 participants. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Sean, seconded by Matt. Any discussion?
No
Seeing none?
discussion.
This requires a roll call vote. Sean,
Yes.
Dennis, Matt, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dennis, yes, we have adjourned the meeting by a 3-0 vote at 6:41 PM. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
See you, Dennis. Good night.
Good night.